Okay, let's go ahead and roll into our post race here for the 54th annual Daytona 500, and there is our champion walking up to the podium right now. Congratulations to Matt Kenseth, driver of the number 17 Best Buy Ford for Roush Fenway Racing. He's joined by team owner Jack Roush and crew chief Jimmy Fennig. Matt Kenseth, how does it feel to win the 2012 Daytona 500, your second Daytona 500 victory? Congratulations.
Yeah, it feels great. We even went overtime a little bit since we didn't quite go the whole distance the first time we won it. So it feels great. We had a really fast car all day. Had a lot of adversity to overcome. A lot of problems with the car. We were able to get figured out, and had a great pit stop at the end that put us in position. And it feels great. I wasn't expecting to win when I woke up this morning, so it feels good to be sitting here.
Jimmy Fennig, just saw you guys up here the other day when you won one of the duel, and had a strong car really throughout speed weeks, and congratulations. I know a lot of hard work and effort went into getting this car prepared.
Yeah, everybody at the motor shop onto the car shop, everybody worked hard all winter long, and as you've seen, all the Roush cars were pretty fast this whole weekend, so really appreciate it from them boys.
Jack Roush, very, very strong speed weeks for your camp, and winning the Daytona 500. How does that feel?
It feels great. You know, it's very fitting that Matt won the 300th victory here that we've had since we started in 1988. It's been quite a run. Jimmy Fennig has been with us most of the time. Of course, Matt's been here with most of the time as well. But it's great to celebrate our 300th win here with the 54th Daytona 500. Of course, being Matt's second 500 win makes it special as well.
And as Jack alluded to, this is Roush Fenway Racing's 300th NASCAR National Series victory. Congratulations on that milestone. We'll take questions now for Matt, Jack, or Jimmy. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll get to you. Please raise your hand. We'll bring you the wireless mic. Questions? Start over here with Tom, and then we'll go to David. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Matt. Congratulations. Tom Jensen, Speed.com. At the very end of the race, it seemed like maybe Biffle might take a run at you, or Earnhardt might take a run at you, but it looked like, like you had a car that at that point was a little bit better than theirs. Is that accurate, or was it just, better strategy on your part, or what?
I think the 16 had one of the strongest cars all week, and I think ours was right there as well. And our car, for some reason, was a lot faster out front than it was in traffic. It took a long time to get to the front. But like Thursday, once we were in the front, it was hard for anybody to get locked onto you. My car was one of the faster cars, so it was harder for some of the cars to push you and stay locked on you. And learned a little bit on Thursday, the last couple laps there, and kind of what to do and what not to do, and what this car liked. And we had enough speed where once we took the white, I felt sort of okay about it, but I still thought they were going to get a running past me. And by the time I got to 3, and I could see they couldn't get enough speed mustered up to try to make a move. So like I said, the car had a lot of speed. Doug Yates, some guys deserve a lot of credit. They did a great job on the engine to really go through the gears good and really restart good, which was a key for all them restarts at the end.
Go ahead, David, far left corner.
David Caravella, NASCAR.com. Matt, professionally, you've been through a lot since your last Daytona 500 win. Crew chief, sponsor changes. Does that make this mean more, having to go through that and trying to get back to a level like this when you can win races consistently again?
Yeah, I mean, last year was a great year for us. I think we went almost 2 years without a win or something like that. So last year was a really special year. I really still to this moment feel like I really let these guys down in the chase, but I feel like we ran good enough in the chase performance-wise and as far as what the team gave me to use and what Jimmy did and the pit crew guys did to race for a championship. And we were able to win a few races along the way. We were in position to win a few more that we didn't win. So that was last year was a great year for us. I think it built a lot of confidence. It really made me feel good and be happy. So yeah, I always hoped to, after the off season and go into the next season, and be strong. And I didn't. You never expect to come down here and win, but I didn't expect to be as strong as we were down here. So I'm real anxious to get to the next few tracks and see how we are.
And this is also Jimmy Fennig's second Daytona 500 victory. He crewed the 1988 winning team with Bobby Allison. So congratulations, Jimmy. Other questions?
25 years for Jimmy.
Yeah, thanks.
Other questions? Raise your hand. Let's go to the press box. Any questions?
They're all too tired to raise their hand.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Congratulations, gentlemen. Jack, when you entered the season and had gone through, such a tremendous adjustment after last season, going from 4 cars to 3 teams, did you ever anticipate you would come into Speed Weeks with the kind of success that you're experiencing now?
Well, the testing results over the winter were very encouraging. We brought better Ford Fusions here than we've ever had before, and we had more power in the engine, relatively speaking, than we'd had. Doug and the guys in the engine shop did just a really, like Matt said, did a really super job. I was more nervous about the durability of all the components that were unknown in the fuel injection than I was about whether we'd be competitive. And we had a fuel pressure problem that we've got to address in a couple of our cars, or 3 of our cars tonight. Happily, it wasn't catastrophic, didn't cause them to burn up piston or to drop out. But I was really more worried about the unknowns than I was what I knew about what we were able to bring. But the reduction from 4 teams to 3 was sad. We lost a lot of good people. But we've got a lot of people, great people that remained on our programs, and I was sure that our 3 programs would be as strong as the 3 would have been in the other circumstance. But we'll look forward to finding the sponsorship to get the 6 car going again, and hopefully we'll be able to get it on track before the end of the year.
Let's stay upstairs in the press box. Go ahead.
Jorge Mendaca, FoxSports.com. Jack, with 2 Daytona 500 victories and a championship, where does that put Matt Kenseth in your history and also in NASCAR history? Where do you rank him?
Well, Matt and Greg Biffle, they kind of duke it out trying to figure out which one's been here the longest, who has the most seniority. I don't think they're in an argument over who's the oldest. I don't think they want that award. But for Matt to have the success, or Greg to have had the success of bringing a 300 win would have been fitting. But tonight, Matt had the best car, and of course Greg was unselfish and worked with him, and they pulled it off together.
Go ahead, press box.
Hi, Michael Vega, Boston Globe, for Greg, rather for Jack and for Matt. Congratulations, Matt. You talked a little bit about in Victory Lane. You thanked Greg for the help that he gave you. Can you talk a little bit about beating him to the line in that duel, and then having his support, when it counted here, and as an addendum here, how much was your patience tested over the course of the Speed Weeks in terms of the last 36, 37 hours having to wait on Saturday, on Sunday, and today, and then of course during the red flag?
Yeah, I mean, my patience was tested a lot. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning on Monday already, so we've been here almost 2 weeks, like I know a lot of you guys have as well. So. Yeah, I mean, Greg, if he could have passed me on the last lap or 2 laps ago or whatever, he certainly would have, but we did have a pretty good plan, I think, on restarts that worked well together to help both of us get to first and second and get in line, because that's where our cars were strong, was on the bottom when we got in line like that. So, it was a combination of working together, trying to help each other, and it was best for both of us, to get the best position we could get.
Go ahead, stay up in the press box.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Matt, can you compare this Daytona 500 victory with the last one? And the last one, I think you only led the last 7 laps, and you kind of maybe were lurking a lot more. This one, you're out front the whole way. Was it more vindication, I guess, to maybe win this way and really put a stamp on it?
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, the last one, I know a lot was, wrote about it, and it was rain shortened and all that, but we all knew it was going to rain. We did a lot that day. We charged the front. We had one of the better cars, was able to make the pass, right before it rained, which was good timing, but I felt like we still had a fast car, and we didn't luck into that, and thought we worked hard for that. But yeah, it's nice to go the whole distance and survive a green-white checker too, because you just don't know what's going to happen at speedway races.
Any other questions in the press box?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Monty Dutton, Gaston Gazette. I've been down here for the last 2 weeks, Matt, and I thought that the only thing that it really changed was that the cars would overheat if they bump drafted. And it wasn't until the end of this race that I found out that two guys bumping each other couldn't actually catch somebody who was not being bumped. So it sounded like both Earnhardt Jr. and Greg were as shocked as me when they couldn't get to you. So what do you know that nobody else does?
Well, if there was something, do you think I'd tell you? You know, we just had our car was fast. You know, even on them restarts when Dale Jr. tried to push me, you know, I tried to give him air and I tried to stay with him, but he just, you know, our car just ran so good he couldn't quite keep up and stay attached to us. So I had to make other moves to keep my momentum up. So I think you know, when you come to plate racing, a huge percentage of it is the car and how fast the car is. But I think Thursday was really good for us because we learned some things the last few laps that I think probably helped a little bit tonight.
Go ahead, Nate. You have another question?
Yeah, Matt, I know you're not somebody who races for fame or attention or really worries about it from that perspective, but because of the rain out and everything, this year there's no champions breakfast. I assume the media tour is going to be truncated, and there won't be as much time, obviously, to kind of bask in the glory. Do you care about that at all? You're doing less media. I guess that's probably a good thing, right?
Well, I mean, I don't mind doing it, but yeah, that doesn't bother me too much. So it's a busy few days. I'm sure they got a lot of things planned. Last time I had a great time. Katie and I had a great time and got to do a lot of neat things and see a lot of cool places. So I don't really have any idea what they have in store for me yet this week.
The Champions Breakfast here at Daytona, they won't have it here tomorrow. It'll be rescheduled here in the next several weeks. They'll have it at a later date. Other questions in the press box?
So I don't get free breakfast tomorrow?
I'm sure you will, Matt. Wherever you walk in, you'll get free breakfast.
I promised
tomorrow.
him free breakfast, Kerry. I don't know what we're going to do.
I think they
about
should start
this.
serving eggs in about a half hour.
Anything else in the press box?
We have one more.
Go ahead, press box.
Okay,
Thanks.
for everyone, Jody Royce, Herald Tribune Media Group, Sarasota, Florida. For Matt or Jimmy or Jack, I know, Matt, you probably had the best view of all the cleanup duties in turn 3. When you saw what had happened in there, what was your take? And Jack, Jimmy, how did you bide the time with those extra 2 hours?
I honestly didn't see what happened. I mean, I heard, you know, secondhand accounts of it, but I didn't see what happened. So these guys will have to answer that or what they were working on the track, really.
It was pretty amazing that Juan Pablo's car broke just at the right time to create a trajectory that took him into the jet dryer. I still don't know what happened to his engine. I saw the engine was missing when they loaded the car on the rollback, and I thought they would roll out on the ground or it would be leaving after they moved the dryer. But I don't know where it went. But it was amazing that NASCAR was able to have enough tide and to have enough oil dry, and they had people trained and were able to really save the racetrack. I thought surely that the racetrack would be damaged and impact to the point that it wouldn't be suitable for continuing the race. But the NASCAR crew and the management did a great job keeping the racetrack or saving the racetrack and having a race for the fans. I was actually thinking that if they didn't go back, that rather than get involved in a wreck that I thought surely was going to happen at the front, that having Matt finish 5th wouldn't have been too bad. But I'm glad they got it going.
Any other questions in the press box?
No further questions in the press box.
Okay, Matt, I do have one that has been texted in to me from Dave Kallman, Milwaukee Journal.
He said he was going to do that to you.
Yeah. And the question is, the incredible wave of emotion this month that you've gone through, certainly culminating here tonight and then this morning with one of the great wins of your career.
Yeah, he would ask something like that, wouldn't he? I'm just kidding. No, it was, yeah, I mean, it's been a, you know, kind of a tough winter. So